Hi there, I'm Crystal Johnson. My husband and I own Truth Fitness. We are a CrossFit gym in downtown Puyallup. And on Tuesdays, I like to highlight one member of our gym family. Today I get to interview Derek Rand. He has been a member here since 2013 and on staff since 2016. So definitely part of our gym family. I'm gonna tag him in this video. Good, we're tagged. All right, guys, so we're gonna hear a little bit about Derek's story and kind of listen to what his fitness journey has been in the last 6 years. And if you guys have questions for him, please chime in, add some comments to the video, and we'll try and answer those questions. So, Derek, as I mentioned, you have been here since 2013.
Correct.
Here at the gym. Tell us about you a little bit and what made you start 6 years ago here.
Well, 6 years ago, I had to have a nice conversation with a former job of mine that basically told me that if I got any bigger, I would have to be demoted from the job that I was currently working.
Okay.
So I went through and tried everything I could think of, pills, juices, and figured there was some miracle pill out there that would make it so I don't have to do anything and it would just magically fall off me.
Oh, yeah.
We all wish for that.
We all wish for that.
So I finally, sucked it up, came here, and pretty much fell in love with it.
Wow. How did you hear about us?
Honestly, I knew my friend told me to try CrossFit.
Okay.
And you were the first gym that popped up.
Okay, good.
That's
nice.
Honestly
Thank you, Google. Right?
Yeah.
So back then, our beginner's course was called Basic Training, which is our course for people who are brand new to CrossFit, looking to find out what CrossFit is and find out how to do everything with it. We have small group classes, and we take you through everything, showing you the basics of CrossFit. So yeah, tell us about that experience if you remember that long ago.
I remember it was very humbling because I always remembered being a strong, slightly athletic guy.
Okay.
But that was high school.
Okay.
And I remember figuring out that my air squat wasn't that deep.
Okay.
I no longer could do push-ups. Running was not an option. And so I just stuck with it because I had a regiment and I didn't have an excuse not to show up.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 34, almost 35.
34. So Derek started with this when he was in his late 20s, and you were looking to lose weight.
Yep.
So do you mind sharing with us what your weight was when you started?
Probably at least 450 pounds.
Okay. So those of you guys who might be watching or and maybe can relate with Derek or know someone who might relate with Derek, being a bigger guy, there's definitely some struggles. And so tell us about some of those struggles that you had when you first started.
Just simply trying to keep up with the class.
Okay.
But it's just that level where you got to figure out that you don't have to keep up the class, you got to keep up with you.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Yeah.
We have modifications for everything, and so when it comes down to your workout, it's your workout, not everyone's workout.
Yeah.
So whatever you get done is what you get done, and you end up successful for it.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
Probably right around my first year of coaching.
Okay. So actually, probably about 4 years.
Yeah.
So for someone
It's that old leave the ego at the door.
Yeah. For someone who's watching now, who's maybe thinking, okay, I have a lot of weight to lose. What would you tell them, just with now your knowledge? What would you tell them coming in? Maybe they're scared.
The biggest thing what ends up happening is when you're a big guy like me, you have a love relationship with food.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to decide whether or not you're going to break up or not.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And once you do that, you have to decide whether or not this is just a thing you do now.
Okay.
You come every day, it's a thing you do, and you stick to it.
Yeah. Well, Derek's definitely stuck to it. So, but we're going to hear kind of more about what's gone on in the last several years. So your first, I want to say, 4 months here. Mm-hmm. Tell us about what happened like with your body and your physical fitness during that time.
As
4
an
to 6
athlete?
months. Yeah, as an athlete.
So the first 4 months, you're talking about with basic? Because I did basic twice.
Yeah. Just kind of your experience just starting out. I know you had a lot of great success.
Oh yeah, I joined our food challenge.
Okay.
And worked on keeping my food, always protein and carb. No more, going through a full pound bag of cheese because everything cheesy is awesome.
Oh yeah.
And managed within the first 2 food challenges that we did, which are 2 months long, I lost 70 pounds.
Wow. That's
and
incredible.
Weight was just melting off of me just because I changed my diet.
Yeah. And moving and doing all the strength stuff and all that stuff. Wow. So, how long did that take then from beginning when you first started to that point where you were 70 pounds down?
That was less than 5 months.
Wow, less than 5 months. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell us about what's happened since then until you started coaching with us. Derek helps in our on-ramp class now, our beginner's course, showing people all the things that he's learned as far as modifications and how they can get from A to B, maybe in a different sort of progression for their exercises. So what's gone on with you since then? Since your big success,
My first year of coaching?
Yeah.
First year of coaching was just humbling, learning how to talk in front of people and try to let my sense of humor come across so the classes can, enjoy me.
Yeah.
Biggest thing would probably got down to my lowest weight, which was 330 pounds.
Wow. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And you started at?
450.
450 for those of you who weren't listening earlier. 450 to 330.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So again, the part of the reason for doing these videos is that we want to show you guys, real people who are doing CrossFit and what they've experienced in life so that maybe you can identify with them and maybe it will inspire you to try something new. So Derek, now tell us, since that great success in that first year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happened in your life? Has it been all flowers and rainbows?
Yeah, I wish it was flowers and rainbows. Basically, there's always the ebb and flow of life where things are good, things are bad, and unfortunately I had some bad for a while. And so a job that gave me like 10 hours of cardio a day and suddenly gave me the pink slip, so I no longer had my job. And so I lost my consistency of moving, and there's only so much I can do here at the gym and outside of life. And so that went on for about a year and a half, and depression set in. And so once you're depressed, you're no longer motivated.
Right.
So you kind of forget what things need to happen. Mm-hmm. And so it took me about a year and a half to find a job, and then unfortunately I gained back the majority of my weight I lost because I wasn't doing anything about it.
I think a lot of us have experienced that, where go through a hard season in your life and maybe the goals that you had, take a back seat. Life definitely gets in the way sometimes. And part of the reason I asked Derek to come on and talk to everybody is to kind of show you how he has not given up. And what he's doing now that we do have a good job and he's had one for a while, and just his doesn't quit attitude, and what we get to look forward to coming up. So tell us about that. Like, how do you feel now getting back into it? What are your goals for the future?
My goal is to get back to that fighting weight there.
Yeah.
I mean, one day I'll show everybody, but my first chunk of weight, I got a 70-pound kettlebell tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
And my goal was to continually on getting kettlebell tattoos for each segment of weight I lost. Mm-hmm. And once I lose that 70 again, I plan on getting it re-inked.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And as far as coming back, it's, reminding myself what it was like when I first started.
Yeah.
That's
good, yeah.
Like I was super mobile, like I knew what was going on, but like Genesis, which you guys will eventually learn about, was humbling for me the first time I jumped back into it because I hadn't done Genesis in 2 years.
Yeah. For those of you who are wondering, Derek was with us still on staff helping with our classes. But for part of that, he was unable to do some of the workouts. Had some physical issues too, dealing with those, sore muscles, different things, joint pain, things like that, that I think is
the woes of being a big man.
Typical kind of struggles for a lot of people too, and so he was always here, but now he's reapplying himself and getting back into the swing of things. Earlier you mentioned some things that you remember from before that really helped keep you motivated, things that were non-weight related. Tell us about those.
I learned a while ago that everyone always wants to look at the big picture, which is always the number.
Yeah.
And I like to redefine what we call success. So micro success for me was being able to get in my car and not have my steering wheel rub my belly while I'm driving. Or going out to the diner with my friends and having them already pull the table out so that way I can fit into the booth with them.
Yeah.
Or having that extreme confidence to throw my 100% cotton t-shirts into the dryer and not worry about it.
I love that. That's awesome. So those are all things that, we can all think about, non-scale successes that I think help keep us motivated, and if you have some that you've been thinking about, things that in your daily life that affect you, just know that getting connected into a community, having people around you to help support you and make some changes can be life-changing, So is there anything else that you would like to add to someone who's watching? Like, say, we're doing these videos to help connect with people out in our community and show people, you're a real person, real struggles in life. What would you say to that person who's wondering if they could do CrossFit, right? Because everyone thinks they have to get in shape first.
So there isn't an issue whatsoever with whether or not you're able to do CrossFit. You're able to do CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you're ready.
True.
And it's just if you can get wrap your head around the fact that you need to get going on your fitness on any level, then you're ready to go. Yeah. So feel free to come down, hang out with me. I always love to have a workout buddy.
Yeah. That would be awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have questions for Derek, questions for me, questions about the gym, please put a note in the comments. You can also check out our website at truthfitnessproject.com. Like I mentioned, we are a CrossFit gym in downtown Puyallup. We are on Pioneer Avenue, close to Shaw Road, and you can come down and say hi to Derek, talk to him, and like I say, you can come be his workout buddy. That would be great.
I'd love it.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more videos and more testimonials from some of our gym family, please go to our YouTube channel for Truth Fitness Project. See you later. Bye-bye.